Hey y'all, it's Zerus and welcome back. Welcome back to our ex-post review, in a way, or narration, or dramatic retelling, perhaps, of our campaign here against the zombies. And they are billions. This is the Thanatos update, if you didn't know. So we do have a new unit to play with. We're almost at Foundry Tech to figure that out in particular. But beyond that, things is pretty good. We just dealt with the 5th Horde, if you remember last episode. It nearly broke through, so we built some desperation walls there. Which we're probably going to leave, honestly, at this point. Why the hell not? And we're going to be focusing on eco there. We upgraded a lot of cottages, exactly what we should be doing. And as I was mentioning at the end of the last episode, it looks like we have a severe hard-on to deal with the City of Doom. Again, as I kept mentioning, until you have really overwhelming force, it's almost a waste of time to deal with cities, unless you really think you can take them down pretty easily. So, really, what we should be doing here is expanding west. As you see, there's a resource drop, there is a gold mine, there is an iron mine. That is by far the more efficient way to do this. That was exactly what I was about to say next. Thank you, past me, for doing exactly what I told you. Having ballista support dealing with Cities of Doom is actually quite useful. Having just a gate and a couple walls to stop that, and the ballista support stuff coming down on you is pretty good. And as you can see, we drained that building already, so we can shoot it without any more zombies coming out. That's kind of how Cities of Doom work. Or Cities of the Damned, depending how dramatic you want to be. So that's pretty much one down, and so I guess maybe we thought at this point that we drained everything already, so we should be able to attack more or less with impunity. That's probably not going to be necessarily true, because there's always more zombies in there than you think. But again, for once, we're actually being proactive now, so kind of really got into the groove. Our name isn't Stella, but we did get our groove back. Again, don't put it there. That's a ballista spot. We're going to have to put it over there somewhere. Don't block the gate. Put it by the lake. Not quite. That'll block a fisherman's cottage. I'm going to put that down first. There we go. See? Good job past us. Past me. Controlling the mouse. Mama is obviously on my shoulder talking on how I should be doing things better. You know, the way it is. Alrighty. Good. So, anyway, we're still trying to work this City of Doom down. We're busy hitting that building. So we did drain a lot here, actually. So my criticism of, wow, we had a hard-on for the city was not entirely accurate in this particular case, let's say, because we did drain a lot already, it looks like. So that's really, really nice. But if we're really trying to be super efficient, probably still wouldn't be doing this now. I probably would have been going west. Now, if we're trying to resource, we need to bankroll a lot of upgrades. Clearly, we need the resources the city drops, because you do get a lot of stuff from it. Here we're thinking of cash. Energy's about to come up, so that'll help our income considerably. As soon as you have 800 pop, you can put down your second bank. So really, for this map, 2 full cities is likely enough eco to do whatever you need. And here we're being a lot more sensitive with what we're pulling. We're still seeing a lot of pulls. We want to be smart about that. So we're pulling away, make sure we don't take any damage, and we're just going to go ahead. Before we a little more aggressively lost ladies, we don't want to do that anymore. I think we actually went 25 ladies, 4 snipers here, which is 1 less sniper than I thought we would have done. At this point, we're going to probably put down a bank, I think, or we're going to put down another oil platform, and I guess a bank is the answer. And here we're going to just drop buildings down like a boss. We're just going to go absolutely ham on this. So that's going to really help our economy. And so now that we know where the gaps are, we're going to put buildings basically everywhere else we can afford, while always leaving spaces to walk through, because we do not want to get caught out in a way that we can't reinforce the front. So that's really kind of our goal. Yeah, the question is here, we can't really get 2 houses in. We kind of just shift them out and make sure we have a walk path, and that's okay. Like I said, as long as we optimize, we have some way out. Am I going to decide where to put this damn house? I think I will. I think I can. We're going to make another row here, obviously. We're starting with tents because they're just easy to place down. We're going to run out of cottage wood supply pretty quickly. So instead, we're just going ahead and dropping down tents first, just so we can get the spacing down so we know where the houses. We don't have to constantly think every time, gee, I wonder where we want to put this cottage. And what a marvelous tale, you know, so I'm kind of doing it that way. And what are we doing here? Putting gates down. Why are we putting gates down? Oh, I see. We're actually going to keep that secondary wall. That's what we were talking about last time. It came in handy last horde, and if we have another horde like that, we're going to get mauled even harder. So we're just getting smart on that. You again. Fortifications, very important. Anything that you can do to have the zombies chew on more is to your advantage. Show me what you kill. Do I have any veteran snipers yet? I think there's one guy. He turned blue. It's the lead guy. The other two are kind of reddish. Yeah, sniper, like I said, veteran snipers are the shiznit. I really enjoy having them around. They're quite good. They put a lot of shots down range, more than you'd expect for a unit that nearly one-shots everything in the game. So far we're doing okay. Yeah, we're making sure the sniper's actually targeting most dangerous units, rangers targeting closest units, and we're going to keep trying to push down the city. We just had that decision this game, and we just weren't going to change it. But here we're looking at this, we're like, should we push for Titans, should we push for Eco? And we're looking at the numbers that we're putting out cash-wise. We're like, there's no way that's enough to support Titans yet. So we're going to have to go ahead and build up Eco. So right now we're going to spend all resources principally to get our housing upgraded. That's going to require power and food, obviously, to make sure that we can then support the Titan infrastructure we need. Because, like I said, they do take 2 oil each now to maintain, which is kind of a bitch. So we don't have that extra oil income all game. But we do need to put more oil wells down. We're going to go to stone house. We have some excess stone, which is fine. And again, any kind of income we can make is better. For us, and we're going to get a lot of wood and stone drops here from the cities. With these drops, you want to be a little judicious with how you use them. I mean, if you have a marketplace, they never technically go to waste per se, because they do make you cash, but what they do is provide you giant burst early, right? So in my opinion, it's more useful to use them as the resources themselves. And I got 1222 from that bank. So as you can see, having a bank covering all your cities is very important. They're spending all our wood. Now we're playing proper eco management. This is what we're supposed to be doing initially, really making use of every single thing we have to our advantage, building up all our walls in stone in case breakthroughs happen, you know, because we're gonna have to get a crap ton of resources here, as you see. So yeah, I guess, you know, would it have been efficient to expand further and wait for Titans to touch down the city? Because that'd be much faster and a lot less risky. Yeah, it's probably true. Probably true, but in the end here, clearly we have enough firepower, as you see, to handle whatever else the buildings are throwing at us. Famous last words, but I think we can do, yeah. So we're pretty much doing this on our own effectively, so not the worst choice. See a spitter, still the bane of my existence. We got splashed, I'm pretty sure. Got to be a little careful on that, but yeah, for a while I actually got frustrated with this game because there was a bug where my units would just randomly die. And I'm not even kidding, like, I'd be away from enemies, and not even spitters. Like, there'd be, like, walkers, and suddenly, like, a ranger would drop dead in the middle of nowhere. It was a really severe bug. I'm not sure if it was repeated anywhere. I couldn't find any other note of it, effectively. And then I reinstalled the game, and it still didn't fix it. And then just magically one day, even before the Thanatos patch, suddenly it stopped doing it. Again, I have no idea what bits of code overlapped in a weird way to do that, but it did. But as you can see here, we're finally preemptively doing things. We preemptively built some power. It's going to give us 60 more from 2 mills. We should probably be doing more food at some point. We're thinking of a second warehouse so we can store the supplies we're going to get from here, but also be able to finance the 6,000 gold we need to push forward Titan research effectively. So we definitely are going to be moving to Titans pretty soon. It's day 53 already. If things were played more optimally, I would say that we probably would have Titans already. Middle of the game is kind of roughly when you should start kicking out your Titans, because by the end you want probably, I mean, maxed out with as much oil as you have, but if you're in the realm of 20 to 25 Titans, like, you're in good shape to handle the final wave. If you're, you know, start late on your Titans and you just can't build them fast enough, then you're going to get shortchanged. Even if you have the resource and the economy to support it, 10 Titans ain't going to do you what you need for the final wave for sure. So you just need to make sure we do it. Now we're doing this here because we want to optimize, again, yields from quarry. There are going to be yields from food there as well in the farmlands. We put the warehouse there, and unlike our last couple games, which obviously weren't recorded, but I'm going to tell you anecdotally, we did not have particularly good warehouse placement, and I'll be honest with you, that shit adds up after a while. So having really good warehouses does wonders, more than you think. I mean, it's like, oh, it's only +2 here, +3 here, but multiplied through like 5, 6, 7, 8 quarries plus food and everything, it just really, it's a lifesaver. So get your warehouses in a good position, and don't be too late with the warehouses too. Now that I'm on the topic of warehouses, I did want to mention this, which, I mean, I guess if you analyze from an objective perspective, like, oh, kind of what I'm about to say makes a lot of sense, but when you're in the thick of the game, you don't always think about it this way. But especially when you're ready to put in stone walls for the first time, you definitely want to have a warehouse down before then, because otherwise you're going to be capped at 50 stone, and you'll be selling off the excess, because I'm assuming you have a marketplace. Now, while that's not terrible, you're not wasting the stone per se, because you have a marketplace, you're getting a benefit from what your quarries are producing. Here we're saying we're going to put it down here. We're about to have a warehouse. It's going to be bitching, so we're going to do it there. Put it down. There we go. What was I saying? I said warehouses. So while it may not seem like you're wasting the stone per se, it was actually far more valuable. Yes, do the Research Engineering Center, please. Oh God, push the button. Thank you. It's far more valuable to have that stone backed up, so you can drop a whole set of walls depending on where the next horde comes in. So basically, by the time you're facing the third horde and really starting to put into stone tech, at least if you're outer walls, you probably want to have a warehouse down already. Not only will it help your production from the quarries you have down by that point, obviously, because you're in stone tech, you need stone, but also it's just going to be a massive, massive windfall for you that you can basically stone up wherever you need to go, wherever that next horde is going to be, and then start using your wood to upgrade your cottages effectively. So again, a really smart thing to do is to have your warehouse down earlier than you would expect. In our previous games, we didn't do that, and while we had a little more cash from it, we did feel resource shy. So here, apparently, the main building still has a lot of zombies, so we're trying to be very careful here, dealing with everything here. But it looks like we might be able to wipe this city out before the next horde, which is great. And of course, going off what we've learned so far, we're assuming there are 2 cities on the map, and I'm trying to think of efficient quarries here. But here, if we can get 3 stone, 1 iron, it's probably not a bad thing, so we can't get iron any other way efficiently, so that's a good way to kind of nip that in the bud. But as I was saying, we were assuming the whole game that this is the first city we got to get this down, because the Titans will take down the second one. Spoiler alert, I don't know if it was a bug or a change in the map with the Thanatos update. There's only actually 1 city of Doom on the map. There used to be 2. So that means 2 things, right? I mean, in the end, if you're able to clear cities in time, then really having less cities of Doom is unfortunate, because you don't have these massive resource windfalls when you take them down. But, you know, especially for the first map, if you're newer to the game and you're still trying to learn, what do we need here? Energy 50, so we need to put down another mill and a couple more golds, so go ahead, put down a mill. And here, we're definitely pushing Titans quickly, because you see Engineering Center, we need to build that before we can actually even do Titan research. So that's fine. Get a mill down, you ornery bastard. That's farmland, potentially, so do I want to put a mill there? Yeah, exactly right. Yays, yays. Put one there, but it's going to be a quarry, so don't do that. Don't do that, you ignorant shite. Yeah, there you go. Watching myself do this ex post is freaking hilarious. Don't put it there for the quarry, you dumb motherfucker. Thank you. See? Can only put a good quarry there. That's the only way we can do it. That's not valid. It'll be nice, but it's not valid. Put it in the 4. Put it in the 4. At that boy. You can do it, man. Yeah, there you go. Finally learned my lesson. Now there's nothing left to say. Graduation day. Whoa. Now, if we were smart, I would be microing 1 ranger to get where I need. But I'm not doing that because I'm being ignorant punk and not. There we go. I moved all of them because clearly that was an efficient way to do things, right? Am I right? Totally right. But enough about criticizing old me. Let's keep going, shall we? Let's shall. So we'll put down one of these here again. We're trying to make sure we're optimally spacing mills so they're not in the way of movement. Probably not optimally spaced, but Mama Earth has a fetish for putting mills next to canyons, and who am I to say no? But again, we're putting down a lot of them because they're annoying. The one thing you'll see that you'll probably lose Rangers to more than anything else is Banshees. They do tend to go after Rangers pretty aggressively, and they don't really have the wherewithal to stay safe. But again, clearly that middle building has way more undead than we thought. But again, retreating behind the gate with ballista support makes this very, very, very manageable. And we can just go right back in and deal with it again. So you can see how much time it's taking to do this. With the amount of time that we take to knock the city down here, we could have expanded out another district out to a place that wasn't the city, effectively. So, in the first map especially, please, please, please try to be efficient and not take down the cities too early. It's really more efficient to do other stuff. But yes, of course, the mighty engineering center, what are we going to do with it? Well, we're probably going to drop Titans, and we're probably going to want to expand north anyway, so we decided to put it there, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or do we decide to put it here in a way that's difficult to get out? Do we really do that? That would be dumb. We did. Okay. And there's also like a 1 iron core that we probably wouldn't have built anyway that's available there, but that's pretty, pretty derpy. But okay, whatever. So we put the engineering center there. So what? 17 more tents to upgrade to cottages, which is okay. We'll get there eventually, like I said. But eco is good. We're at 1346 per turn. That's pretty solid by day 55. Could be higher, but all in all, you know, above average. So I'm pretty happy with that.
My bow is ready.
There we go. Keep trying to knock down some nasty things. Supporting the rangers with snipers. All well and good. All well and good. Let me grab some beverage before I dry out completely.
Nothing better than putting a bullet through some brains.
Ah, beautiful. Now I feel better. 13 left, but as you can see, we finally drained the damn city. Looks like we're gonna be able to do this just before the last horde, which is epic. Now we're doing what we're supposed to. Using singleton units to pick up what we need from supply, so we can definitely upgrade more cottages. Boom. 8 wood still available. We have a crap ton of stone, so if we're half intelligent, what we should be doing is upgrading these to stone houses if possible and getting stone off of that, which we should be doing at this point, but we're not for some reason. Primarily, is it because we're trying to save money for Titan research? That might be it. And that might be sensible too. I mean, we want to get Titans up as soon as possible because at this stage, this is really going to be endgame unit kind of situation. And we want to see Thanatos too at some point. So, for both those things, cash is going to be necessary. But engineering center is almost up. That'll allow us to do the research for a Thanatos and a Titan, and then we can have some fun. Baby, baby. So we saw melee unit. I was like, melee unit? Blows it out my asshole. But then I said it can also launch missiles. So I was like, all right, you know what? We're going to decide on that. But as you can see, it's super slow compared to the Titan. So, you know, we were kind of like, eh. Then we decided, you know what, fuck it. We're going to put down some more oil wells because we can. 7 houses up left.
You are going to pay me for this, right?
As we go ahead and take care of the rest of the city, which is pretty dope. So we're going to go and enjoy that a lot. We're going to double up this wall in case the next horde comes from the north. Exactly right. Don't want to be in a weird position with that, because that would, quote-unquote, be to suck. Alright, beautiful. So now we're all walled in. We're going to expand here, obviously, to take advantage of the quarry space, I think. I think it would be silly not to. I'm pretty sure we do at some point. Or maybe we don't. I don't know. But if I were playing this game now, I would say definitely expand north. Take those quarries. Take the iron, because you need a lot of iron income to support Titans. And here we're saying, why do we have this wide front? We should be expanding west for certain to make sure we have just a one single front against the enemies, I guess. One way in is what I was trying to say. And also gives us another district away from our murder street. Oh, and there's a little pack sitting there by the canyon. See that? There's like 10 guys just randomly there like, hey, what's up? Hey, Vegeta, what's up? So, engineering center is completed. We can now do research. We had a minor invasion. It has now been squashed by ballistas. Ballistas are pretty dope. They are pretty dope. Now we got some stone walls here. We're trying to triple up this wall again now. Weren't we decided not to do this at some point? Or were we? I don't understand what we're trying to accomplish here. I thought we decided not to do this. Maybe we decided to do it again, because we're not going to expand too much further out here. Some good chokes to be had, but I'm pretty sure we left this as it stands, which is a little weird as far as my decision was concerned, or whatever. They are trying to break through. There's the one guy that doesn't sound too, like, foreign, but it's still kind of funny. Brother. There we go. Why do we do that there? Mainly because we don't have a real full district there, I think that's why. We just don't want our houses to get eaten alive by zombies. That would be bad. That would be so bad. We're not building any Lucifers here. Kind of a shame that it's really not that particularly useful. Late game Lucifers, they kind of get mauled too early, even though they do really good against AoE groups of zombies. I guess it probably wouldn't hurt to have like a roving pack of Lucifers endgame just cleaning up any breakthroughs, because they're usually going to be just a bunch of runners, and those get melted by Lucifers pretty quick. Here we're trying to see like where we need more defenses in case hordes come. When we're looking at Horde 6 here, we're definitely thinking double, triple ballista wherever we need. That's kind of a little scary if we don't have that, but just do some more wood if possible. There we go, very good. We should be knocking down these houses sooner, people.
Are you sure?
So we can do some stuff. There we go, very good. Some gold. I think we're going to actually take all this gold to jumpstart Titan research, I think, is what our plan is here.
You're gonna pay me for this, right?
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, yep. So we're going to take 4,000 off of this, get some oil out of it, and 590.45. We're going to go to the marketplace, get some cash, if I remember this correctly, yeah. That is exactly what we're doing. Exactly. And grab Titan research. Booyah! And we got stone because we're about to get like giant bushels of stone. We're going to do Thanatos research at some point. Don't worry, we will see the new unit, but since we can bankroll Titan research already, and we have 1,500 GPT effectively, with which to support Titan research, it's pretty good. So now we're maxing out at stone. Like, why the hell aren't we? Are we just picking up stone for no good reason? And the answer is we should be building stone houses, but we have no cash. We spend it all on Titan research. So really, we should be not picking up the stone, but we are anyway, because we're like, fuck it, let's just get it done. And which is definitely the wrong decision. Zombies don't pick up resources, not like you need to be the first one there. So I definitely should have left those around. Influx of 80 stone at the right time later would have been very, very useful. Foolishly enough, we picked them up. Definitely would not do that. Would not advise that. I would advise leaving it instead. And this building's almost down. And finally, the City of Doom falls before the 6th Horde. Worth it, in my opinion. To do that at some point, probably not entirely worth it to do it then. But then again, we did get a lot of iron quarry space, and that's going to be quite useful. So, you know, on balance, I think it was good that we just did that. We should be doing what? We're going to take a Tezzy, and yeah, we're going to try to head and claim this territory. There's a really good chokes up there by the bit of water. We're going to make sure we can choke out the east side, too. Why are we picking this up? Oh, God. It's so painful. Why do we waste so much? I mean, the iron technically is tough to use off the cuff until we have Titans, but we should have just left it. I mean, again, I don't know why we were so anxious to pick this up. Like, that's definitely not the right choice here. This is all just cash, I guess, at this point. Thanks to the marketplace, but really kind of a waste. Like a massive waste. So don't do that. Don't do what I just did, is pick up the resources because we don't want to think about it. Let's leave them there. They'll be there for you later when you need a big influx. And we finally finished all our cottage upgrades. Next upgrades are stone houses, which we should be doing. Great ballista. What are we going to do this here? Third one down here? No, second one over there, I think. As then we start discussing whether we want to do ballistas now, I think, or do once we know where the Horde's coming, just keep afloat. But since we definitely need a third one there, we figured that's probably a good thing to put down, I think. I'm trying to think back. This was a couple days ago, too, so I don't really recall what we did. But here we have only one, and that we saw as a massive liability. But there's no really good place to put it. So what we should be doing is breaking these walls down, building another layer of walls, so we can actually put the ballista down. But we're still going to Tezzy up anyway. This side actually doesn't have a particularly good choke at the moment, so we want to try to find a better choke point. But here we're going to put out another ballista because 2 at every front is probably necessary to deal with secondary hordes and the 6th Horde in general. Your mileage may vary, of course, but you're eventually going to need to be fortifying these areas. We're pretty far south here as it stands, so we want to make sure we get, ooh, yeah, as we said, 4 stone, 10 gold, or 5 stone is a question. I think we went for the balanced approach, or do we go for the stone hardcore? I think it's more financially beneficial to go for the, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out, right? Here you go. Just 5 is 14 gold, so 1 stone does not equal 10 gold. 10 gold is by far the better investment. So we're going to go ahead and get the quarry that gives us gold, because our stone income is pretty good. 1 less stone income is manageable, but plus 10 gold on top of that 4 stone is pretty bitchin'. So I'm going to try to put that one in a way that's out of the way, so we don't overlap on anything. Can't get another quarry down here. What am I doing? Oh, we can get another quarry down. The problem is we don't have any we have lack of wood for that. See, if we didn't pick up that wood, dumbass, we wouldn't have to spend money on this wood now. See, that's so inefficient. Never pick up stuff if you can wait. But yeah, so we're going to try to get double stone. There's a 5. There's a 5. Wasn't there a 5? There definitely was a 5 there, which you didn't use. That was stupid. That's alright. See, little things, man. Little things ex post drive you insane. But now we've got double ballista there, so now we're feeling pretty good about that security. But here we're going to be pushing forward. It looks like something just got veterans. These sniper veterans. Nice. Sniper veterans are really awesome. I really enjoy that.
A horde of infected are on
Horde is coming from the north.
They are approaching from
Of course they are. Why are they approaching from the north, you ask? Well, it's rather simple. We just fortified the south. So, day 56, Horde number 6. And we're about to get hit where we're trying to expand. So, we're basically talking at this point saying we're probably going to need to abandon that Tesla, which is okay. We can always rebuild a Tesla. We're not too far into this expansion right now, but we basically spent this entire time. See how long it takes down a city without Titan support or some really overwhelming force? It took from Horde 5 to Horde 6 effectively to take down the City of Doom. So this is why I would generally encourage, unless you have no other choice, to expand into open space that you can just deal with the zombie horde without hitting concentrated defenses from the city unless you need that to bankroll something. Now, granted, it did bankroll a Titan research, which is not a bad thing, which I think is almost done at this point, so we really should start cranking Titans pretty soon. We're doing this so we can actually run away in time. Are we actually thinking of rolling this off before the horde comes? That's bananas. Are we really doing that? Oh, God. I actually don't know what the hell we're thinking right now, but let's see. Okay. Oh, I know what we're doing. I remember this. I know exactly what we're doing here. And you probably see this already. We're definitely putting in a second ballista here so we can get by. Yep. We don't want to put it too close to the canyons. We want to be able to fire in a straight line to that edge if they start pushing on that. What we're going to do here is, I mean, sensible at this point. We don't know what north they're coming from yet, so we should be keeping wood float at this point. And as soon as that gets built, we're going to drop 2 ballistas there, and we're going to use that as kind of a temporary break point. It's going to be a little funny. It's a bit of a waste in a way, but not too bad. So don't buy the wood now. Don't need it yet. We're going to do it anyway, apparently. So, yeah. Oh, the value judgments we make in our foolish past. Beverage. But indeed, we should be doing some other stuff. Should be just waiting for a cycle, I think. But you can argue that it'd be better to get the ballistas up sooner rather than later, in case we get caught. So now we can go ahead and easily do 2 ballista where we want it to go. 1 there and 1 there. Bingo.
You are gonna pay me for
Yeah, I want to move out of the way so we can see where they're hoping the ballista. It's alright. Whatever defense are being attacked, I'm sure we can deal with it. Yep, that gives us space to get out the gate. That's good. Yeah, it's fine. And putting it there, not next to the canyon. We want a bigger space. There we go. Attaboy. 1 more over even would probably be good to make sure we have a straight line of sight to shoot past that canyon wall. Otherwise, it might be a little short change. We did it there anyway, so reasons. Okay, good. So now if we get hit north, should be fine. We're selling iron here again after getting all that iron. So stupid. To finance our walls and some gates. Primarily the walls. At this point, so now we're okay. We're gonna single wall this, but because we have, oh no, we're gonna double wall it. We can. Yeah, we're gonna double wall like that because we can't actually put that there. 3 walls in the same area are not allowed. Annoying, but fair. And there we go. So that is definitely the weakest point right there, but it is overlapped by all our ballista fire, so we should be fine. But I'm 90% certain it's gonna try to push north at this point. I'm not sure if they're gonna go shift to the west also. I think this one was tricky, if I'm not mistaken. Getting a lot of breakthrough notifications, but we're dealing with them handily. 1 ballista is enough to knock this down, but as you can see, we're getting close to the edge of the map. So we're starting to get advanced undead there. And by the way, neat trick that we learned this particular mission with the upgrade, you can actually force your ballista and all of them to target the most dangerous enemy first. So they won't be targeting the walkers, they'll be targeting fatties, they'll be targeting spitters, they'll be targeting executives and banshees as a priority matter. So that's really, really good. Rather than just the closest unit to them. So that way you can kind of deal with the perennial spitter problem late game a lot easier. Especially in the later hordes where they start coming all the time. So again, we have a northern horde exactly in the middle of the northern position, so it is rather unclear exactly where it's going to come from, so it can swing pretty much either way. Here we're putting in another set of walls just to be safe because it is a narrow choke here and we don't really have that much to stop it. There, we were thinking about it, but no, it's definitely not going to swing there. It's either going to be to there or there. And we have a double stone fallback in case that first part falls. You know, not ideal to start thinking about fallbacks already, but... And here I'm saying, holy crap, the ballista can't hit this guy, but I think we're actually hitting the more dangerous units first, so that's fine. I'm not even listening to my own target priority. But, you know, we'll get there eventually. I'm like, I can't hit it. We need to send a unit down there. That's okay. We'll find it. It'll actually get it once it takes care of the fatty, I think.
You again.
But for now, we're keeping... Do you keep the sniper central too? That was stupid. So we should basically... There's the soldier. Attaboy. I knew he was going to help out. Came able to titan so we need gold, but now we're going to start kicking out titans. And this is basically when you start cleansing the map and prepping for endgame. As soon as you got a pack of like 5 titans, you just go ham. So the question is, save money for titans or build more eco? And that was really the question at this point. And you would say that if we can't have titans right now, we should just build more eco. But either way. Now what I was saying is that why did I put the snipers in the center? We should have just picked a particular position to put the snipers, because... honestly speaking, they're so slow that it's really hard for them to react to wherever we're getting invaded. So we should just probably picked a weaker position with the snipers and then put the ladies as the central position to move. But, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. And here we're out of food, so I said go ahead. We're probably going to have just enough for Titan as soon as that thing comes over before we make food. And sure enough, that is indeed the case. Why do we put the snipers over there? It's not going to swing that way. There's a lake there, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that was not a good decision. But I guess we were saying, well, snipers can always hit that weaker position up there too, and the ladies will be able to deal with whatever's coming this way. Build a Titan maybe? No? You don't want to build a Titan? You want to build food? Okay. I probably would have put down the first Titan at this point, but okay, whatever. We're just going to go ham on food production because apparently that's our thing now. 62 is it's a damn good farm. Can't complain. So that's pretty solid. But I need another one because why the hell not, right? This is why I drink. Anyway, little Banshee trying to jump over the walls, getting picked off by 4 ballista at once. She's not going to last very long. So here I'm saying, oh, they're definitely swinging west. They're definitely swinging west. I remember this particular horde because it was really annoying. Like, definitely swinging west, definitely swinging west. They're going to hit their weak point. It's obviously going to hit their weak point. I'm glad I put the snipers over there. It'll be fine. And then you see the horde, right? And you're like, oh my god, it is hitting the weak point. And then he goes, wait. Fuck, it's totally not hitting the weak point, hitting the eastern side.
Gotcha.
Of course it is. So, yeah.
Yes.
See a lot of undead streaming here, but with basically 4 ballista firing, it's pretty solid defense, and really glad we buffered this up, because if that broke through, we would have lost stone workshops, we would have lost soldier centers, would be really unfortunate. Snipers are moving slowly. See how long it takes to relocate snipers. They do not speed up. Definitely do not speed up once they're veterans. So here, it's quite meaty. As you see, the hordes, I do think, after the last patch, got much meatier. Like, in all honesty, they did. This is the 6th horde, and we're seeing a lot of undead. Seeing a lot of fatties, and it's just... it's a problem. It's a real problem. Look at that. Still more coming. So at this point, we're kind of like, oh, shit, they might break through. Look how many fatties there are. And there's only the 6 horde people. So, you know, shit got a little realer. The hordes, I think, are a little bigger than they were. As you can see, we're definitely losing our second set of walls. So as you can see, learn from this particular situation. For the 6th horde, comes around day 58, 57, almost. I've seen it 59 once, but no later than that. We're like, we need to queue up Titans stat. We need more firepower. And so we're queuing up Titans now. And this is the beginning of the Titan production, which is the beginning of the end for the AI. I mean, the AI, the A's? No, it's not XCOM anymore. For the zombies on the map. Zeds, I guess, on the map. Here, they have broken through. So this is why you have fallbacks, also, BT dubs. They're trying to infect the ballista. In a way, it's unfortunate. We lost a lot of firepower there, but the other ballista's still working. And we held. Lost some stuff there, but we did hold. So what did we learn from this effectively? 6th horde definitely put up a 3rd set of walls. I mean, what we did here is we effectively had another district outwards, so the 3rd wall situation wasn't as critical. But as you see, 2 walls are not enough for the 3rd horde. They will chew through both stone walls and keep pushing. So if you have housing on the other side of that double stone wall, by the time the 6th horde rolls around and you don't have the firepower to knock it down, oh, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a bad fucking time. So always over defend. I mean, not too much that cripples your economy, but by the time the 6th horde rolls around, 3 sets of walls, or at least an outer district with at least double ballista, if not triple, is what you need to defend comfortably. So yeah, that's kind of a rough, I mean, all this stuff I'm saying is a rule of thumb. Obviously, if you build more units in a way, that might change your strategy as far as static defenses go. But the way I kind of argue that is, in the end, you will need static defenses for the last sets of Horde, especially when they come. Because in the end, if you... Actually, we never showed it on the channel, so if you don't know, at the end they come from all directions, not just north, south, east, or west. It's north, south, east, and west. So your units basically can't cover all the fronts quickly enough. And while you're going to be splitting your forces, you will need a lot of defensive support anyway. So once you know you're kind of establishing a position anyway, having extra static defenses never really goes amiss in a sense. I mean, unless you have something that's really central and you can't really use them effectively. But yeah, so just bear that in mind. Why can't we do this? Oh, that's right. We couldn't repair it because the bloody Tesla wasn't there. And as you hear there, our first Titan is here, which is fantastic. Though I don't think we take note of that immediately. But once we have Titans, we have a group of Titans, you're going to see that effectively roving around the map, annihilating undead. And there's our first guy stomping around, doing the stompy. Like I said, we will get Thanatos at some point, of course. But as you can see, we had 10 oil income from the oil pools. Now we are down to 8 for obvious reasons. And that is because we have to support a Titan with 2 oil. That is a lot of machinery. It needs to be oiled up real good. So now we're thinking, all right, how we do this? We're going to expand now out further, get more quarries, get a lot more stone income. 50 stone income is pretty good. It's going to get a lot higher BT-dubs by the end of the game. And we're trying to find good chokes now and how far out we can go. And as many districts we can get out, ooh, nice. We're like, hey, we're full on stone. Now we're not full on stone. We upgrade like 20 houses. And that's going to really jump our economy upwards. And at this point, once you have Titans available, you have to basically balance building your eco versus building Titans. Don't queue up too many Titans because they can only build so fast. Use that time to build up your eco, and then eco meaning economy. A pretty obvious shortfall, but you know, whatever. And we're trying to go in 2 directions here to make sure we can lock this down. And we hit 1,200 pops. So we have our next mayor. We can either do resource storage or defenses plus 20%, and for us this was a no-brainer. Defenses plus 20% is the shit, because that is defenses, that is walls, I think that is pretty much everything, which is insanely good. If they have 20% more time to shoot their walls, it's 20% more time for you to shoot them. So I think, honestly, I guess not from a developmental perspective, because there are better economic mayors, but from a survival perspective, that's literally one of the best mayors you can get. Plus 20% defenses is awesome. So she was a very, very welcome sight. And here what we're doing is that we're saying, okay, listen, we got to clear the map more efficiently here. We should be doing this faster. We're going to send units split up a little bit. We're going to send snipers to the north, ladies to the east, and we're going to send the mighty Titans west because, gosh darn it, we can. Yes. And we're going to go clear the map this way. Beautiful.
Too easy.
And we're going to have the Titans start mauling stuff down.
Aren't there other units
Very good.
to
So
bother?
we're going to go ahead and pack out here and try to expand a little further and expand some districts out and get more resources and just kind of go full-on macro here. Toward endgame as we try to build the economy that's going to support us survive. With 86 houses to build up, so there's still a lot more money to be had. We're at 1738. It's only going to keep going up. We're in pretty good shape now, now that we have Titans rolling and our economy's really, really kicking up. So I'll probably leave that one here for now, and I will see you for the next retrospective as we continue the journey here. Now that we have Titans rolling, our map clearing situation is good. We've knocked down what will turn out to be the last city of the damned on the map, the only city of the damned on the map. If you were hearing us talking during the actual gameplay, I would have been like, what the hell? There's no other city? Bullshit. Who would have done this so much sooner? But, hey, we didn't know. So, anyway, I have a nurse. Until next time, for now, enjoy the sweet sounds of in-game audio as we fade to black.
Destroy them.
Till next time.
Here we
Till
go.
then.